Hello Scorpio, this is your reading for March. I'm using my own cards, my black and white duality tarot cards. And it feels as if some of you during March, you could be opening up to a new person, new relationship. This could be a romantic relationship. It could also be just a friendship. Or, some neighborhood friendship, whatever. This could be anything. I'm seeing that next to this open card, we have curse and black magic, which is some kind of manipulation. But I feel like this is something from the past that you have seen through. Next to it, we have the card better. So it might be that you became aware of this kind of poisoning, this kind of person in your life a long time ago, but yet it still had effects on you. That even though you had this realization and you tried to heal from it, it only moved forwards in some small steps, but not fully. But this will improve during March. Next to it, we have stagnation and wisdom afterwards. And it tells me that maybe you've been stuck in a situation or in several situations in your life for quite a long time. And maybe even due to this black magic or curse, but yet it brought you a lot of wisdom. This time of stagnation might come to an end during March, and you might realize that how wise that made you, how much you have learned due to this experience. You might have even had a lot of profound insights about some truths that other people might not even learn in their entire life. Then we have short-sightedness. And I feel like this could have been an energy that was around you, that maybe, even because it's below the black magic and curse card, this person might have thought they had experienced some kind of victory against you, but they didn't understand the power of this kind of wisdom, and that stagnation is finite and not infinite. And they thought they felt so great about themselves, but they were short-sighted. They underestimated the light, and actually what they did was it looked to them as if their curse would have worked because they made something stagnant in your life, but ultimately someone was watching, your protection was watching this whole scenery. And this stagnation was anyway a plan of your life, so it didn't really come due to that curse, but it came for you as a phase of learning and gathering this profound wisdom. And the short-sightedness card is also a little bit of your energy, that maybe even during the stagnation card, when nothing was moving forwards, maybe you developed a lot of worries. And then, overthought everything. And the worries were just deepening, intensifying. And you projected them into the future all the time. But maybe that you will have... When you will have this wisdom and this improvement and something starting to move forwards again, you might be able to allow yourself some so-called short-sightedness, not in a negative way, but not to project into the future all the time. I think it's good to be capable of thinking in a sustainable way, in all kinds of areas of our lives. Like people who never think about the future, they often, fall hard, especially if they get older. But yet we have to be careful to not constantly worry about the future at the same time, and to not overdo this kind of future projection. And this might be something that you might allow yourself to. And we have healing here. This is your healing. Healing the worries, healing the stagnation, healing the inside and the outside of your life. And reality is something like maybe truly this was a lesson that was a bit harsh. Having to see something in someone that you didn't want to see, but now you are capable of seeing the reality. Healing could also speak of you had to heal this, I don't mean that in a mean way, but some kind of naivety. And believe me, I know what I'm speaking of, so when I say naivety, I really don't mean that in a bad way. Sometimes that's just how we are, and then we get our life lessons and start to see things differently, but in a healed way, not in a bitter way. At the bottom of the deck we have compassion, and this is just something that you might realize with this new wisdom of yours, the difference between compassion and morality. In my deck, it has 108 cards. I will probably not find it here very quickly. Let me give it a try. I want to find this morality card very quickly. This is the concept of my whole deck. Of course, it's nowhere to be found. That I always wanted to create these seemingly opposing cards. Of course, it has to be somewhere in the last spot I was looking for. It has to be here somewhere. There we have it. Compassion number 45 is compassion, number 46 is morality, and that's the whole concept of my deck. So maybe you might have a realization about that. The difference. Morality is something that is mental, something that is not heartfelt, and a lot of people who always pretend to be so highly moralistic, they're actually quite heartless people often. And they only establish this kind of morality to protect themselves, but not others. But let me not get too deeply into that. This is your own realization. And compassion is just something entirely different. So there might be something about that you will think about during March or realize. So now let me... I have this the whole time that I'm swallowing words or twisting letters in words today. I don't know why, but I have those days. So I'm gonna use my lifestyle tarot deck now. If there's something medical coming up, please do not completely rely on this tarot reading and rather talk to your doctor. So, what is there for March? Candle. Candles could just help you to feel comfortable. They radiate warmth, light. If this is a romantic, because I said in the beginning that you might open up towards a new person during March. If this is something romantic, the candle could be a confirmation of that, as some symbol for romance, because that's what it's associated with. Then we have sleep. So maybe during March this could be important for you. It's also right above the short-sightedness card where I drew this mole in this kind of sleeping position. So maybe you might need some sleep during March. Some people have this kind of spring tiredness. But anytime the season shifts, they get really tired. I used to have that for a few years as well, but I don't know why, but I don't have it anymore. Then we have skin. So maybe during March, you might want to take care of your skin. Some skin issues coming up. But it's above the healing card, so probably if you have maybe some long-lasting skin issues, they might improve during March. And we have flowers. Flowers represent something regarding spring, and March is moving us towards spring. Flowers in my deck stand for the sense of smell as well, and that was a rhyme, not intended. So maybe this is something that also, together with the candlelight, it also gives me this romantic feeling again. Maybe someone will give you flowers, or you will give someone flowers. Or you will just buy yourself flowers to make yourself comfortable at home, also with the candles. It just speaks of aesthetics. And now one sarcastic animal message. The worm, I'm spineless. Yes, this could be related to the cursed black magic card, that this person was quite spineless around you. And if this is about a literal curse, like with a ritual and all that stuff, this person is actually quite coward, because they didn't even confront you. They just behind your back tried to do some weird stuff to curse you. Cockatiel. I scream and shout, I am so loud. Maybe you have a cockatiel. Maybe you want to get birds. Maybe this is just representing that the birds, I mean, here in Germany, during March, a lot of birds are actually coming back. During winter, it's quite silent and you don't hear a lot of birds. But in March, it starts to get a little bit louder again. I like that. I feel like this is not this cursed black magic person, because, as I said, they were quiet behind the back. If you like music, if you sing, this could also just represent that you feel like screaming and shouting in a good way. And we have the pig. They feed me well just to eat me later. So this might just be a realization of yours, that someone did that to you. Pretending to be nice, drawing you in, sucking you in, and as soon as you opened up and trusted, they start to use you or abuse you in some way. It also can, that's a feeling that I'm getting as well, speak of this black magic cursed person, that they might feel like a victim now. When they see that their curse is being broken and actually you got out of it quite better and stronger than before, so they achieved the opposite of what they wanted. And another thing I'm getting is that this is actually literally, I don't know, I usually don't get that. But for some of you, if you eat a lot of meat, maybe during March, it could be a good time to reduce that, because maybe for some of you, meat is not the perfect nutrition, or at least not pig meat. I don't know why I feel so drawn to the skin card again. Oh my God, now I'm seeing suddenly other things that I haven't seen before. Like for some of you, it could even be that this eating meat caused some kind of skin issues. Another thing I'm realizing is that the skin and flowers are next to each other, so it makes me think of allergies. If you have allergies, like often during spring, these kind of, is the English word pollen as well? In German it's pollen. You know what, these little semen of the plants flying around of trees and people start to sneeze. There's something about that you should be careful about. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.